Hello everybody, this is Sonya. I'm in Australia and I'm going to start my timer here somewhere. Okay. Today I'm doing tag number 11 for N.S.W.Australia. Tag number 11 for the N.S.W.Australia tag 52 tag challenge thing. Okay, so we're up to number 11. Now it's circles, and I have been making some. I did no, wrong way, let's go in here a bit. I've covered this one here. This is size here for that. Okay, and I've covered that one there. It is a washer, and I bought a packet of them with all different sizes. There's other things in here as well, but I bought washers. It's just the thing, because they're not expensive and you can just use those as well. I just bought these rings up over the years. I've bought a lot of different sort of size shaped rings and that, so I've got a lot of different ones here, or some different ones here. And so I'm going to just do a little bit of a difference on mine. I'm just going to put a bit of different work on mine, just because I want to, and just see what happens when I've got a background of this calico, but you know what, you know me, I'm bound to change my idea, so we're just going to leave that sitting there for a minute. I'm going to go and I'm going to find a bead needle now. Actually no, I'm going to do this. I've got this purple one done, and I'm going to do some stitches through the middle of this one here. I'm going to show you how to do one in a second, but I was up to this part and I thought I'm going to have to show you how to do all this. So once you've done your ring, because I've showed you how to do this, I'm sure I did this blue one, and I'm going to come up through the back here, through one of these stitches. I've got a knot. There's a large knot, but hopefully I can disguise it later on somehow. And I'm just going to put some cross pieces in here, because I wanted to, I don't know, make it like it's got something in there. So I'm going to come up about that far around past there, you know, and then just go down in here. That. Just going to make a little, just fill it in a little bit. Come up this side a bit further over. Whoops, now I've lost the plot. Come up here about, I don't know, with how many stitches, four or five stitches across, and come up into that one. Pull it pretty tight, not you know that you're going to break it, but just pull it a bit tight. So, and it's just going to fill it in really easy, because you can do lots of things, and people call them like a Dorset button, I think. I think this is what this is. I think, and you know, if you do this sort of thing. So hopefully I'll get the same amount and end up at the beginning in a minute. I might have went too far over on some of them and not far enough on the others. I should have probably counted it a bit better. Well, what are you going to do? It's just too far gone now, isn't it? And just go down in there and you make a little wheel, don't you? It's like a little wheel with spokes. There, see? That's pretty cool, eh? So you've got that then. Now you can do something by about the middle bit. You can go back out into the centre, and we can go over one and over the other, under, over. Go over two, under one. I don't know why I'm doing that. I'm just picking out which ones I should go over. The ones that are really tight, go under them and go over the ones that are loose. And just go around like that and pull it into the middle. These ones from the other side is what you want, as I'm trying to say. The ones behind at the back, grab hold of them and pull them through. And we might end up with something here, you never know. You've got to have a try at something. I think that one's a back one, it might be. That one, and that one, and that one. And then I've made a little wheel. Seems to be a little bit off centre. It's too bad, but what do you reckon? That's not bad, is it? Yeah, I'll just do that again just for fun. Go out there again. There. I'm a bit sideways. It's not too bad if I just pull it into place. And so therefore you got this nice button thing now. Well, would it be a button or over? What am I doing here? Over. Okay, other way, other way. Yeah. Oh no, I went over too. Anyway, let's go through the back now because that's enough to the other side. I just go through that lot and pull it down and it'll be to the other side. So now I've got a little wheel thingy. See? A little wheel. He's not particularly anything particular, he's just a wheel. Little shape thing. I know. Just because I wanted to, I guess. Now I'll cut that off. I won't worry about leaving. I'll leave the knot there because this is going to go onto a piece of work and you're not going to be able to see the knot. You can actually see this one here's a little bit thick that I've got there. That is actually on the join. So that's a little bit skew with. Anyway, so that's going to go there. But before I do that, I'm going to put some beads on it now. I've got a needle here that's got a bit of thread in it. I hope it'll go around far enough. I'm thinking I might have to put some sort of a bit heavier piece behind this, unless I get a heavier piece. Now this is pearly bead soup I made because I had this in a bag and I thought I needed to put in something that would sit up a bit so I can catch some of those. Righto. Yeah. I'll start over this side here. I'm going to be on the edge. You know what I wanted to do today? I have a lot of things I'm working on, but you know what? Sometimes you don't feel like them. So I thought I'd try this anyway. So I'll have white ones. These are nice, really nice white bead. It's not small. Come on here. And I'll just sew that back through there. And come out a bit further than that. I'm going through 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches worth on here. I'm doing this back to front, showing you what to do last. But there's plenty of things. There's plenty of time and I can show you anyway, because I was working on this part, and I think once you're on a, you might call it a roll. You need to keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Is there? Yep. Now I don't know which way I want my bead to sit, because one's sitting that way and the other's sitting that way. It's supposed to be nice if they all turned around this way like that. You know, that one's not going to, he doesn't want to play nice at all. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I've only got under 3 here. Not easy. Here, come on. I'm bending my knee really bad. Come on. 1, 2. Okay. Because I want them all the same distance apart. I know what I can do anyway when I get around to the other side to try and keep them all going the same direction. Okay, I hope everybody's having good stitching time. I was going to go out today and do something, but I decided not to. I actually slept in. The cat woke me up at 8:15. He thought that was just too much sleep for me. Well, I sleep on and off all night, but he come in there and patted me and said, meow. And it was core day because we're usually up by 6, 7 o'clock, so he was a bit worried about us. He had to come and get us out of bed. They're like kids, aren't they? I guess I'm allowed to tell you about these. I don't know. My daughter might go crook on me for saying it, but when she was little, I don't know what was going on, but I said to her one morning, "Will you stop coming here and waking me up so early?" And she said to me, she said, "Mum, you wouldn't like it," she said, "if you got up and there was a dead baby on the floor." I don't know what that meant. It must have meant that I should have been looking after, I guess. I don't know. Don't think it was that late either. Oh, dear. Kids do say some strange things. They do. I don't actually think there was anything wrong with her. She just didn't want me to be still asleep while she was up. I think it was pretty early when she was up, because usually I was up with them anyway, because you couldn't know, there's no way you could sleep when you had children. And you wouldn't want to anyway. I've always been someone who gets out of bed pretty early. So when I was younger, I suppose. I don't know, maybe I thought I might miss something. I don't know. Well, my husband was working a job, but he used to get up and go to work at 4 o'clock. Our oldest daughter used to get up and go down to McDonald's at 6 o'clock. And then the youngest one got up and went on the bus, and I think she got up about 7:30 or something. So there was none of that. There was a little bit of tiny sleeping in between, but it wasn't easy if I get up with each one. Yeah, so that was a bit hectic then times. This is looking pretty cool, isn't it? I am liking this. I am. You could make it these into dream catchers or something. Come on. I think I've been sleeping too really good under the doona. That's a thing we call a duvet or something in Australia. It's a doona. And they are so cosy. And it's made out of, it's got wool in it. So it's sort of really not heavy, but very nice and warm and cosy. And because I don't like anything too heavy on me. Because we have another one, there's different weights that you can buy, and we got this one that Jeremy calls it the marshmallow. He calls it the mellow because it's really really thick and fluffy, and I don't like it. It's too hot for me. Too heavy. I felt like it's just too much weight to be carrying around at night time. So we just have this lightweight one on. Just trying to finish off this end here, and I have got this piece now that's got away from me that I've cut off. It's from the other piece of work, the first piece, and it's probably where I cut off the end bit, so I'm going to try and see if I can fasten it down there at the back so it won't go away. How does that look, eh? Isn't that ducky? Oh, I do like that. I do like how that turned out. That's really nice. Now let me see if I can find myself some background. I could go with a green one or not. Let's have a look and see. I've only got a few things. Oh, I'll say a few things in the bag here because I just want to use. I'm using pretty much the same stuff each time. That looks really nice, doesn't it? It's beautiful on the green. So let's have with a bit of green. Let's pick a bit of green that we don't have to iron. I'm going to actually use the Calico as well because I think it needs a little bit of stability because of the the weight of the things. Let's do nothing under there. Good. I don't want to be chopping up things. Now I need to go back out. Geez, I hope this was in the shot. I'll be very disappointed if it wasn't in the shot. I can't remember, and I should have wrote it down if we were doing any stitching on this. Suppose we should be. There should be something on there of some sort, I imagine. But I think it was mostly the circles and... Was it circles and something else? Okay, I did write it on a piece of paper, but you know what? Where that piece of paper is, I'll never know. Because I'm shocking at that. I think I'm doing the right thing when I'm writing it down and then I'll lose it. Okay, so I'll use these two pieces together, these two pieces of fabric to put it on. I'm going to do a bit of a fray thing first around here. So I do like to have a bit of a fraying part. I hope I've got plenty of time because I need to put just a few stitches on this. Hold it together. I don't think there was any stitches today extra stitches we were learning or doing, were there? Oh, dearie me, Sonya, I don't remember now. And I don't have my computer in my room here with me because I do most of the putting up my videos and stuff like that out in the other room, so rightio. Yeah, there's bits of stuff everywhere here. That would be bits of thread. Let's get this off here. In the bin. I didn't get it all though. Shame. Righto, so let's get another needle and a different coloured thread. I'm just going to go, if I've made a big mistake on this, I'm sorry. If I'm supposed to be putting something else on here, I'll look for the piece of paper that I brought in here, but it didn't have anything on it about these tags. Oh yes it did. Oh, it's only rings. It just says rings on the... Look, there you go. Tag 11, rings. It's creative, isn't it? I'm not... It's all I put on there. Okay, that was the lace and the... Righto. Okay, so we've got that for... We're not going to actually have that for the background. We need something else on the top of there to make it a bit more interesting, don't we? I do like putting a bit of lace on, and we have done lace in the past. Is this going to... Oh, that'll look nice, won't it? Well, that looks really nice. Cover it with lace, Sonya. Whole thing can be lace. Righto. I know we did lace last week, but we can have lace again this week. Righto. Mouthful of water, which means I've got to tip some in here. Sorry about this. I shall do that. Okay, so what colour will I put on this? I have these three here that I thought were really nice to go really well with that blue. Do I have the blue here somewhere? I think I do. I think that's it there. It's really thick though, isn't it? Right. Oh, I like this one. This is nice, isn't it? Ah, that's pretty. I do like that. I'm going to do something with this on it first, and then I'll show you the covering of the leaf of the well. Yeah, so I didn't feel like going anywhere today because there's nothing out there for me to buy anymore. Isn't that terrible? But there isn't. The shops have not got, the Vinnies have got hardly anything in it, and if they've got anything, it's really expensive all the time. They charge you a lot of money. This has got another thread wrapped around it. Look at that shiny bit. They charge too much money for them. It's ridiculous. So I've got 3 thicknesses. This is pretty cool. Okay, so I'm just going to go around the outside of this with some stitching, I think. Did I make a knot? Yeah. I don't have to. Why don't I do some knots? We just make some knots, couldn't we? There's one. Hubby's out there hosing the yard. He's out there hosing away. I might just make some little French knots, eh? Across here. Kind of a design. Only one wrap I'm doing because I think that's big enough, don't you? There you go, that's 2. I like the green, but I really like the idea of putting the lace over the top of it because it just mutes it down a little bit. Makes it so it's not so, green. That's it. So I did a video on how to find me. So if you want to go back and look at that, because that's on here before this, like on YouTube. Because some people say that they can't find me. They found one of me. They find one episode of something, can't find the rest of them. So some of them have only done what I've done, but I've got 1,000 something videos up there, close to 2,000 I think. And I want to, I want you to be able to find me. I might just leave that at the time being because these are going to hold it down, aren't they? They're going to hold that down. So I'll go back through here. And I'm doing the little grasshopper thingy, and he's going to have to be up here only once a week, I think, because since I found all this stuff, I'm really wrapped in doing a whole heap more things, so I'm going to do the best I can to get everything up that I want to do and everybody wants to see. Now, I've managed to get that on a tiny little bit of a skew whiffness. There's a word, Sonya. That skew whiffness. I'm going to leave that like that because I want to decide then what I'm going to do with them, how I'm going to make more. I'll show you how to do the ring now. So I'm going to have 3. Now this is a bit bigger. It's in between those 2 sizes, or more. You can do as many as you like. These are tiny, 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 aren't they? I don't know if I'll do one of those. I've got one of these here size. I'd rather do this. I'd rather do the flat ones. I really like doing those, so I'm going to do that one. Now, I will put this on here because I want to take this cotton. I want the needle. So, okay, this looks like that could be not a Ferris wheel, couldn't it? If your imagination was wild like that, like mine. Okay, I'm going to put that through the back and stitch it on. And if the worst comes to the worst and it's not what I want there, I can always take it off, can't I? I'll just put one stitch through it anyway so I can have this needle. And I can stitch more down later, just to hold it on there. Okay. Now, leave that there. We're going to... it might be interesting if they still wiggle, I don't know. So I'm going to show you how to do this size here. I hope you can see it good enough. What colour will I put on that? The lighter one. So you've got that one there. These purple, they're really close, aren't they? I'll get the lighter one, I think. I'm going to cut a piece off here for this. I hope it's long enough. I'll thread that in there. I'm gonna. Oh, don't take it out of there. Get another one because you might need to put some more of them on them, more of them spots. Get another needle. This is a piece of like a crochet thread, as you just seen. I got it off that reel there. Here. Love me crochet thread. I do. It's really good to sew with. Right, I don't have to put a knot, do I? So now, we just might bring this in a tiny bit. And then I'll try and stay here where you can see me. Okay. So I'm just going to there's a tail there, alright? And you just got the rest of it here, and you go through there, and come back through that bit. Right, it'll work this next time. Won't hold on to the first bit, it'll have to hang on to it so it'll and go under there. Okay. In through here and under there. You've got to pull it a bit tight at first because it's metal, it slides on it. If you're doing something that was fabric, it wouldn't slip along, but it's sliding on it because you want to pull them things up to the top of it, the little edge. Go through there. Like that. And this is how you do the ring thing. Probably should have started this before. You do them all the same way, even the thinner ones. I like this because there's more, I don't know, more stuff on it. And if I did it with a thicker thread, it would have went covered over quicker, which would have been probably an idea. But anyway, I suppose you don't have to really cover the whole thing either. I've got these beads here. What did I do with them? And they're a ring sort of thing. I put them in here somewhere, I don't know, this morning. Honestly, they were in here. What did I do? I didn't take them out, did I? What did I do that for? I wouldn't have left them out of here. And there you go, eh? What did I do with them? There's a big bag for me this morning. And I put them in the wrong place. I'm trying to keep myself organised here. What's going on with that? Sonya? Did I put them in the box? No? I wonder why they're not in there now. Anyway, I did have these. Oh, here they are. Dear oh dear. I have got these here things. Move that over there that way. Back in there. And these, what you could do too, you could put your, see, they're really nice, aren't they? I bought a bracelet of these on, and they got the actual holes going through that way. But you could put your cotton around something like that too. But you can get lots of things in jewellery that's actually got rings on them that you can pull off and use for that, you know, for this sort of thing. Don't know how I'll go trying to get this finished before my time, but I had to show the other things that I wanted to do with this, didn't I? I could not let it go. Have I got any more up here that I've done? That I can use? No, that one's not a ring. That one there is, but it's fastened to something. Suppose I should have did some others, but you know, this is a tiny, tiny one. Look, it's got beads inside. I might do something like that with one of these and I'll get it done. I wish I could show you the picture at the end of this, but I don't know how to do that, so I might have to just show you the finished item of this next week. Which I've finished the other one. I'm sure I showed you all the other one, didn't I? That I did. That with the little puff things. But anyway, this is how you do these, how you cover them. Right. And I'm going to put this one on here. So I can't finish that one at the moment because I want to put this one on. I want to make some sort of a... Actually, I'm going to have to finish one of them because I need to make some sort of progress with it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a thicker piece of thread. And I'm going to put a thicker piece of thread round one. Would that look all right? No, I'll go with the apricot one, eh? What do you reckon? This should work. The apricot one with it. Because I want 3 of them. Don't need a knot. If I put this on here... Just hang on to that piece of thread there and go around, and then go around and go underneath. I tried to pause this one day and it just mucked it up something frightful. I didn't get anything happening like that at all. It didn't work for me, no way in the world. Now, what I should have did was, there's a gap there, so we should start near the gap, because then you can put this piece that's straight over the gap when you come back, all right? Now, so I've got, I don't know how come I didn't pick that bit up, but I didn't, so we'll push this round here, push it round near where the gap is. Hang on to it, Sonya. So lift that up under there, go through there, and get under there. Through there, and get under there, okay? And I can do this a lot quicker because the thread's thicker, okay? And I want to keep it from coming undone and keep that piece near where the split is, so I can just, when I get back there, I can fix that. I had a lot of these things in my time. I really liked doing this sort of thing though, because it's the three-dimensional, anything three-dimensional I just absolutely love. I mean, when I found out embroidery wasn't necessarily flat, you started getting onto it, eh? Rightio. And I'm going to be hoping that this is all going to go together. I think it will. This is a lot quicker and a lot easier with a thicker thread, and it doesn't make it nasty looking or anything. It works really nice. See, it looks really good, doesn't it? I think so. I do like it. I do like this one. This colour is good. And so when you get back to where you put that piece where you started from, you need to cut this off. Maybe not yet. Wait a minute. We'll lay it down under there. So I'm going to come to I'm going to lay it down there, right? And I'm going to go over it when I go around here. I mean, it's wrong thing, hang on. Under there, I mean, hang on, everybody, hang on to yourself. Hang on a minute, we'll be right in a minute. Oh dear. So I want to capture that, okay? So I'm going to lay it down here, see this? I've got hold of that, righto. I might have been in the shot for doing this. That'll be good, won't it? You'll be able to see what I'm doing. Very good. And that's covering, that's catching that in there. And see that on the blue one that I just did, that was the end bit that you seen it that was sticking out where I cut it off. Just got a little bit sort of carried away there. I'll come through here where I first started now. Okay, well that was good. I finished that and I still got 10 minutes. Stop, please. Now, so that's through there. I'll pick that up. Okay, and this is where, that's the bit that ended off, so I'm going to cut that off. And hopefully it won't. Okay, I should have put the lid on the thing. Lid on the beads, Sonya, lid on the beads. Okay, so that's that piece there. It's still got a little bit of the tail. I do not want to see the tail, but you don't have a lot of choice. If I cut it up too close, might come unfrayed or something. Is that where it is? Yeah. I'll give it a little tiny bit more then. Rightio. So that's cool. So now I've got 3 of them done. This one here, I'll put through to the back. Because I've got it still threaded up. And I'll go over the other side here and I'll fasten that down. Like that. And come up on this side here. Just pick up your stitches. You don't have to fasten it down with the whole thing. Whoops, you stay over there now, stop waving about. And this is on this side, we'll pick up this stitch here. Okay. And you get back. Right. So that looks pretty cool. I like that. And that's a really thick crochet threads I did that with, as you see. This one here, I'm going to have to fasten him down now. He's waving around there in the bruise. With the blue, but I'll make it a blue cotton, eh? Instead of using that heavy thing, I'll use a thinner blue thread, which I've got somewhere here. Oops. Let's have a bit of blue here somewhere. Looks pretty good. Fasten this one down. Okay. Gonna have to give these apart now that I've got fingernails. I'm learning to use them. I'm learning. Can't think of anything interesting to talk about. I can't. Yeah, so it's a bit disappointing that there's nowhere to go shopping. I'll tell you that now. This one here too, I've got the, okay, so see on these, that edge is, that's on the edge. On this one, it's on the inside. I've pushed it around to the inside. These have got, this one here's got it around the edge too, you know, where you're making it sort of like the top of the blanket stitch sort of thing, because that's what you're making, like a blanket stitch around it. And I've got this one on the inside, and I think I did that because I wanted to sew these spokes on the inside of it. And I'll show you what I'm talking about there in a second when I need to put this down so I can show you what I've done. I hope you got an idea or two. Okay, sounds like my husband's coming inside now. Maybe not, I'll give him some of the tap. Everything that goes through this house. I live in a town, there's mines here. There's probably mines up under our house. Way deep down, I hope, you know. And I think this echoes, especially in our main street too, because there's mines up and down under there as well. Some under our swimming pool too, eh? Gold mines. Birds sound like they're having a bit of a tiff out there. Control themselves. Okay, so that's that bit. Alright. Got that on there. And I've made a bit of a curly knot on it, but you know what? It doesn't matter. Nobody's going to worry about the curly knot. Okay, so now I'm going to put this one down here, I think. By where everything else is, that's where I want it to go. I'm going to put I think I'll thread this through here. I want both of them going through the back. Might be easier if I do. It'll make it a lot easier for me to control them if they're both through the back of the... So I'll thread one at a time, take it through to the back. Because if you're tucking it under and cutting it off, it might come out like that other one did. Hope I'm still here in the shop with you, so I'll just be upset if I'm not. And so will you, I suppose, because you won't get to see what we're doing, eh? So we'll put that through there. And that piece. Alright, pull that through. Then I'll poke it through now before I pull this one through. To the other side. Get in there. Wait a minute. Sorry. I'll get him. Okay. Now, I'm hoping I can get through and back with a couple of these, with this thread. Just stitch it down once or twice. Not really long enough, is it? Maybe one more stitch. I only need one more stitch. It's not going to work for me. I'll come up here first, through where I want to go. Okay, and then I'll thread the needle with it. And this is how you do it if the piece is not long enough, okay? If your cotton's not long enough. And then back down through there. Whoops. That bit there's not fastened down yet, eh? Look at me trying to save cotton like it was my life depended on it here. But it's okay if you haven't got enough thread to do this, it's alright. Hello. And then back down through there again. Only just made it. I just made it. I'm going to tie those two together. And then I'm going to put some beads in the middle of these, or at least one of them anyway. I'm going to sew some little beads in it so it gives it a little bit more of something. I don't know, I just like to do a little bit of different things. That's not quick catching on there, is it? Get it again now, so I'm going to try again. Got him. Have I got him? Yeah. Goody. Right. I might even be putting a few more around yet, I don't know. Where's my bead soup now? Bead soup that's not pearly. I want bead soup that's coloured. Just keep this on here a little bit longer. I think I can do that. And thread some cotton into here. Cotton. I think that looks awesome. Crikey, I might have to do that for the rest of them. I I'll put beads into it. I don't know what I cut. I thought I cut the cotton. Excuse me, I'll just have to have a mouthful of water. That's what I might do with that, because I don't know. I'm thinking that this big one by itself is just, I don't know. Let's see what we can do with it. Let's see if we can get some beads around in there and see if it makes it a little bit wider, and that way that might be two little tiny ones and a great big one, I suppose. Oh, I might put 2 threads. Put them on with two threads. So I'm going to knot this at the bottom of the 2 pieces together. Something I'm not very partial to, but anyway. Right, now I'm going to come up, I'm going to do one somewhere around the outside first, which I could have did that with the other, that one there, but I fastened it on there. So in here I know I've got these coloured beads, right? Now these coloured beads will go with my, that one, okay? They will match up, won't they? Look nice. They'll look nice to go with it. I'm going to go around and pick them out. You'd be hoping that I'll have enough to cover that piece. Let's see where I'm just going to have to look in this, because I don't know if I come here. Yeah, I'm still in the shot, aren't I? If I was there, am I here? I don't know. Very good. So I'm better go now, because otherwise this is going to run out of time, and then you're not going to see. Yes, I'm going over the time now, any minute now. So I'm going to go around the outside with these, and maybe end also in the middle. We'll see. Okay, if I put them in here too. I'll just put 1 or 2 in there to show you what that would look like. Okay, you're going to see when it's finished anyway, for next week. Hope I don't forget. Yes, I'll just fill this up with little beads too, okay? So thank you everybody for watching. This is my tag number 11 so far. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.